Next video is extremely graphic. If you don't feel like watching it, please feel free to don't do it. A survey made in this classroom showed that 33% of the people here are drivers. Unfortunately, only one of those 5 drivers has a license. Driving without a license has become a problem. In fact, just imagine how hard or how dangerous it is for you to walk down the street knowing that only 25 of every 100 drivers knows how to do it properly, or at least under the basic requirements. If the video and what I told you is not enough for you, the Pan American Health Organization says that Mexico is the 7th place in car accident deaths per year, and it's killing 24,000 people per year. That's 55 people a day dying in that way. But what's the real solution, or what's the real problem? Since driving without a license has become the 6th most common driving ticket in Mexico according to the National Institute of Statistics and Geography, the government decided to do something about it and make it easier for drivers to obtain their licenses by lowering prices and increasing the amount of time you can drive with the same license. But that license is the real problem, or is the test? Do you think that driving tests in Mexico actually prove how well a driver can perform in front of a steering wheel? In Mexico, we only have one kind of driving test. It is not even theoretical or practical. It's just about common sense. While doing my research, I found the test guide for driving in Mexico City. And I realized that some of the questions are things like, what should I do if the lights are red? Or even worse, when a motorcycle driver should drive on the sidewalk. And even though these questions can be answered by the simple use of common sense, we still see people passing red lights, driving on the sidewalk, or even sometimes parking on it. Countries like the United States and Germany has different driving tests. Driving tests that has 2 different parts, one theoretical and one practical. But even before doing one of those parts, you have to submit yourself to a visual test, which basically allows the people who are evaluating you to tell if you're qualified enough or even you're able to drive. After that, you're going to do the theoretical part, and it has things about laws, signals, and of course, critical thinking questions. If you are able to pass this test, you will do the practical. In countries like Germany, this kind of test has all these questions, and each question has a different value that will be reflected on the final grade. It's kind of interesting to realize there are 5-point questions. These questions, if you fail 2 of them, you immediately fail the test. If you already do the theoretical part and pass it, you have to do the practical. In order to do the practical, you have to have a card. It can be yours or lended from a friend, family, or something. But also, you have to have car insurance. The car insurance, if there's any accident during the driving test, well, the insurance will take care of it. After researching and sharing this information with you, I jumped to one single conclusion. Mexico needs to change the way it drives. But of course, we need driving tests that allows you not only to realize if drivers use their common sense every time they are in front of a steering wheel, but rather to know how much they know about laws, about consequences, about signals, about how to perform the act of driving itself, to be in front of the steering wheel. How good is your vision? How well can you react against things that are not under your control? As you realize in the video, accidents can happen in any moment, and we have to be ready for that. Driving tests in Mexico should test that, and also coordination. How well can we drive? That's why my proposal is here in Mexico to have a new test, a different one, a one that really allows us to realize if we're able to drive or not, to see if all citizens, either drivers or pedestrians, are going to be safe outside the streets. You know what they say? With driving powers comes driving responsibilities.